Hi guys, it's Tyler. I wanted to do a Q&A because it's been ages since I've done one of these, and I planned to do this ages ago, and I got a load of questions that people have asked me, and then I completely forgot to film it, so I'm sorry if that was you, if that's one of you waiting for my answer to one of your questions. It's most likely on here. Keep watching and hopefully I will answer your question. Tyler, what is your favourite colour? I have two, really. It always used to be blue when I was younger. Oh, I'm wearing blue. But it always used to be blue. My room was blue, and all my clothes were blue, all my bracelets and accessories were blue. I was totally obsessed with blue. Now, however, I'd much prefer warmer colours, because blue's quite a cold colour, but I like sort of browns and oranges and any colour that's associated with autumn. I just like those kind of earthy kind of colours. Kanga Pants from Twitter asks, how long does one of your brilliant drawings take? It can vary really, it depends. I tend to do kind of cartoony pictures, and it can vary from like a 10-minute quick little thing to like an hour, 2 hours if I'm really kind of doing a kind of intricate drawing. If you saw the Oscars where Benedict Cumberbatch cumberbombed U2, I actually did a drawing of that, and that took about an hour and a half. But to be honest, it was actually it's really therapeutic, and I do it on my iPad, and I just really enjoy it. Tyler, what's been your biggest achievement so far? I've had a few actually. I've had a few achievements in my life. I guess, well, overcoming Crohn's disease is probably the biggest one, because it was such a big deal, and it could have very easily taken my life completely, but it didn't. I won. So yeah, I guess that's the biggest one. But also things like going to university, that was a big achievement for me, because I never thought I could make it at university, or even to university, so the fact that I did, and I made it through the whole thing without giving up, I'm just really proud of. Also, giving up smoking, I'm really proud of that. That's been 4 years this year that I gave up smoking, and I'm feeling so much better for it. If you're trying to give up smoking, it's so worth it, and you will save so much money, you have no idea. Oh, and I'm also proud of starting my own business, because when I was made redundant, I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. It'd been my only job, so starting my own consultancy business has actually been amazing, and it's just something I never thought I could do. My good friend Mare, who's a YouTuber as well, she's Redhead Mare on here, but on Facebook she asks, how do you get the perfect liner? It is perfect every single time. Thank you. It's not always perfect every time, but I tend to line it with kohl first, and then I'll use a liquid liner on the top. Tyler, what's your favourite movie? I've got loads of different ones for different reasons, and some of them, it's like I've got two versions. One is like my favourite to be entertained, so things that are like, you know, lots of action and really funny and got good visual effects and all that kind of stuff. I like films like that because, you know, they're fun to watch. But I also like ones that are like thought-provoking and actually kind of change the way you perceive either the world or yourself or someone else, and they're the ones that I probably like the most. I love a good action film, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's just the really simple ones that don't have to be full of effects or full of, you know, fast-paced action. Sometimes they're really quite simple, quiet films, but just make you really kind of change your perception of something, and I think they're the ones that I like the most. But there's so many different ones, I don't think I could narrow it down to a few. I tend to have like a top 5, but it changes like all the time, so yeah, that's a really hard question, but thank you. Ida on Facebook asks, can you suggest a diet for someone with Crohn's? I'm trying Weight Watchers. Did it work for you? And what would you suggest for exercise? I was thinking of swimming. Okay, for food, I say these quick kind of you know, cabbage diets and all this kind of stuff where it's just like a quick fix. Don't bother with them, because after a while you'll be craving whatever you've cut out, and then all of a sudden you'll just have a big binge on whatever that thing is. I think just a balanced diet, you know, reduce your sugar, reduce your salt, Try and stick to lean meats rather than fatty meats. That's obviously if you eat meat. If you're not a meat eater, still try and get your iron in some way. You know, lots of greeny, leafy vegetables would be perfect. I mean, for me, with an ostomy, it's difficult to try and get veg in because there's some things I can't have or it's too difficult to digest. So if you're an ostomate like me, try things that are like casseroles or soups to kind of soften the vegetables so it's easy to digest. So you're still getting your good, you know, the goodness in, but you're not finding it difficult to digest. Things like smoothies as well. If getting up in the morning and you want some like fruit, but you don't really want to eat a bowl of fruit, smoothies are quite nice and they're quick to sort of have. So if you just quickly like, shove a load of fruit in and blend it with a bit of almond milk or just normal milk or water even, it's just nice to get that goodness in, but without having to sort of eat a bowl of fruit, you know. With regards to exercising, if you tend to drive places, see, like, if it's like a short trip, see if you can walk there rather than driving. Obviously if it's like a 5-mile trip, maybe not, but if it's like a quick trip to the shops or something, try walking there instead, especially with the weather getting like nicer now. It's just a bit better for you, and obviously you're saving petrol if you're not driving, and you're getting a bit of exercise. Other than that, exercise bikes are really good, you know, like the stationary ones, or if you want to go out and about on a bike, you know, that's really good. And you can be as gentle or as sort of high impact as you want with a bike. You can either go like spinning, where you kind of go crazy, or you can just have a nice gentle kind of bike ride on a Sunday or something. So that's good to kind of vary your activity. But swimming, definitely, if you want to go swimming, I hear it's the best exercise because it works everything. You know, you're moving your arms, your legs, you're keeping your core because you're trying to sort of stay stable, so you're working your core as well. So I think swimming is probably the best exercise you can do. Either that, or you can do something like one of these programs like Zumba or Insanity or Turbo Fire or something like that. I use Turbo Fire, not as much as I should, but yeah, Turbo Fire I love because it's so much fun and you've got all the music and it's just a fun program. It keeps you motivated because it's fun. It's not like a chore. It's you know, and you feel so good afterwards. You get that buzz of adrenaline and all those endorphins. And yeah, I recommend something like that as well. They are expensive, but it's worth it if you stick to it. Thaila, who is your favourite actor or actress? I don't know. I've got so many. And they tend to go in phases depending on what I've seen recently. Any actor that can basically make you laugh 1 minute and then absolutely destroy you the next with an emotional performance, that's pretty much my favourite kind of character. The one that springs to mind the most is Simon Pegg, because he can be hilarious 1 minute and then completely crush you the next. So yeah, definitely Simon Pegg. People like Jim Carrey, who are usually comedy actors, but have often done like sort of straight roles as well. That gets me as well. I've always got a soft spot for people like Benedict Cumberbatch. And then like the classics like James Stewart and Fred Astaire. Oh. Gene Kelly, even though he was a total ham, I really liked his acting. Yeah, it kind of varies with what film I watch. Alyssa from Facebook asks, who are the heroes and inspirations in your life? I mean, my family are a big inspiration, especially on my mum's side, because there's a lot of strong women on my mum's side, and they're all kind of an inspiration for lots of different reasons. You know, they're so individual and they're so different, but they are kind of, if you group them all together, they're so inspiring. So I guess my family really, but also anyone who's ever fought anything like IBD, because it's amazing how strong these people are and how determined they are to kind of get well again. And there are so many ups and downs with things like IBD, and the fact that people can still stay so positive and strong is just mind-blowing, and I'm totally in awe of everyone who is like that. So yeah, they're my main inspirations. Well, that's it really. I hope I answered one of your questions. If not, if you've got any other questions, leave them in the comments or tweet me, and the next time I do a Q&A, I'll hopefully answer it for you. But for now, I will see you in my next video. Bye.